You will not make it as a producer if you do not take this into consideration. Guaranteed. The roof is almost done. I spent the whole day with my girlfriend's dad just building the whole roof. It's starting to look pretty cool. How's lockdown life treating everybody? Are we still working? Are we still using this time wisely? I've done a video every other day. Basically the routine's been like make a video, edit the video the next day and upload it, and then the same thing again over and over again. And I've just tried to keep that as like consistent as possible, and it's gone pretty well. I think I've taken 1 or 2 days off at the weekend, and I think that's actually helped the channel because closing in on 10k and like the numbers have gone up like loads this last month, so hopefully I can keep up this routine. If I do hit the 10,000 subscriber mark, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna do a like 10k subscriber giveaway. I'm kind of like brainstorming on a few things that I'm thinking of giving away, but I'm not too sure yet. So if you guys have like anything that you kind of want that's not like ridiculously expensive, then drop a comment down below and let me know, and hopefully if it's, you know, if it's logistical and I can actually go and do it, then I'll make that the giveaway. All day. You will not make it as a producer if you do not take this into consideration. Guaranteed. Hopefully I got your attention with that statement. Basically I got a DM this morning and he said, Liam, I'm trying to sell beats. I've been uploading beats to YouTube for a week. I've been doing it every day, but I'm not getting any views. How do I get views? How do I get more subscribers and more followers? This is a topic that I could not ignore. I was going to do a video on something else, on like R&B melodies, but I thought why not make a video on this today while the thought is still fresh. It's super important that you understand one thing, and I'm going to go into detail in this video and sort of talk about my experience and how things have gone for me to give you more of like a tangible thing to use as an example. You have to understand patience. Patience is probably one of the biggest reasons why like I'm still doing this and why I'm still making videos. And I feel like patience is thrown around a lot in these like motivational videos and like inspirational videos for, you know, people wanting to build their own career and stuff, but like I feel like the word patience is very wishy-washy in terms of like knowing how long you actually need to do something for it to gain any sort of traction, because it's all down to perception. Like one person would hear the word patience and go, okay, I need to upload beats for a week. Another person would hear it and think, oh, I need to upload beats for like 2 or 3 months before I get any traction. And then, you know, somebody would think a year, somebody would think 10 years. So the word patience in itself is kind of like pointless unless you go into detail and unless you kind of like give some tangible evidence of how long it's going to take you to get to a certain point, or to give you a more realistic time frame in terms of how long it's going to actually take, specifically for producers, because, you know, you guys are producers watching this, well, hopefully most of you are. So I thought it'd be a good idea to give examples of the things I've done and how long it's taken me to do these things in order to gain, you know, any kind of traction, so that you at home kind of have a better idea of really how long this is going to take. And hopefully this will kind of prevent you from burning out and prevent you from being disappointed and prevent any sort of expectation that you were hoping for and it not come just yet. So anyway, I'm going to dive in and I'm going to start with YouTube. I created this channel in August of 2017. One thing to note is that I haven't always been uploading these types of videos. I haven't had my face in front of the camera for 3 years. I started uploading type beats to this channel. I did that for the best part of about a year. maybe a bit less. I decided to put my face in front of the camera in, I think it was 2018. I've basically been uploading videos for about 2 years of me, just, you know, making vlogs and stuff like that. I lived in the UK and I was working a full-time 9-to-5 job for the first like 9 months of doing this, and I only had time to make 1 video per week. Then I got the opportunity to come over here, and ever since then I've been able to do this, you know, sort of solidly for the past 1.5 years or so. I haven't really made like a whole lot of money since I started uploading videos to YouTube. And if you watch the video I dropped quite a while ago on like how I was growing and how I was gaining subscribers, I was hitting that hard every day, 2 or 3 or 4 times a day for the best part of like 6 or 7 months. So just if you haven't seen that video, basically I spoke about commenting on people's videos as many times as possible, subscribing, liking, all that kind of stuff, but doing it genuine, you know, not spamming people. But I've only just got to the point, literally at the beginning of April, I've only just started to gain like traction where I don't have to, you know, constantly be reaching out to people. I don't have to be leaving tons of comments. I've only just got to that point now where like I'm picking up traction. I think the quality of the videos have improved, but I'm only just getting to that point where I don't have to do any manual things. All I'm really doing is uploading videos, making sure the SEO is on point. But I've only just got to that point. I've only just starting to climb that part of the mountain where I don't have to, you know, really manually push everything out there. And that has taken 2 years. And you might be thinking like, yeah, but you was uploading beats for 6 months. But it's taken me that long to figure out what I wanted to do, to make a start, to be persistent with it, not make any money from it, and take that amount of persistence and that amount of patience to get to that point. So that's the reason why I've kind of explained this in detail and told you guys how long I've been doing all these things for. Because it's really important that you understand that it's not easy. On the surface, you look at Kyle Beats, you look at Curtis King. I think he stopped uploading videos now, but you look at those guys and you just think, oh, they got lucky, they got in early and they started making videos and got a, you know, big audience. Maybe they got more traction because they did it earlier and they sort of started doing it before we did. That doesn't take away from the fact that they've had to work their tail off. And if you look at those guys now, they still upload videos pretty much all the time, which means they have to get the camera out, they have to record pretty much every other day, they have to edit that video down to make it look nice and professional, and they still have to do that now. It's not like they hit a certain point and then was like, great, I've made it, I don't have to do anything. They have to keep pressing on and keep going through that process and just keep grinding it out. So my main point here in terms of patience, going back to the actual point of the video, is that patience needs to be in terms of years. It cannot be months, it can't be weeks or days. You have to think in terms of years, like seriously. Like I kept trying to make forward predictions of like how far along I'd be in 6 months. I got to 6 months and I was way behind where I thought I'd be. I was thinking like, you know, I'm going to be at 100,000 subscribers, making a livable amount of money from YouTube and then making beat money as well. 6 months came and I'd only gained like an extra 500 subscribers, barely getting any more views. It's just demoralizing. So for example, if I wanted to start anything, if I wanted to start doing something right now today and start fresh, I'd literally have to set between 3 to 5 years aside for my life. I'd have to fully concentrate on that thing for around 3 to 5 years. Think about like a professional football player or boxer or UFC fighter. If you look at Tyson Fury, he's been fighting since he was like 13, and he's only just at the peak of his career. He's been doing this solidly for like 20 years, and now he's at a point where he's like global, you know, he's absolutely smashing it. That just puts it in perspective. You really have to be willing to put in the time before you start to get any reward for it. Like, it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. A lot of people are trying to do it and giving up within the first 6 months. So you really do have to kind of sacrifice to put in years and then look back and see where you're at, because I promise you that's when you will start to see any kind of traction. I hope that has kind of helped. Ranted for quite a while. Yeah, just be willing to, you know, move back home, seclude yourself from going out all the time, just really focus on this, just constantly put out content. By the end of it, then come back to me and tell me that you're not getting views. I promise you that you won't be asking the same questions. You'll definitely be way further along, you know, in terms of your career, in terms of what you want to do, if you look at this in terms of years. So I hope that's kind of cleared things up a little bit, give you more of an accurate perspective of like how long you need to be chipping away at things. Hopefully I'll still be around, hopefully you guys will still be around in a couple of years time, and then you can get back to me and tell me about, you know, all the good things that's happened. Hope that helped. that fucking vocal.